All right, there you have it. You have India giving its solid response where they've decided now to downgrade all officers in its high commissions of Islamabad, has given literally 24 hours for all Pakistani nationals to leave India, and there will not be any visas issued to any Pakistani nationals henceforth until India decides. Zero tolerance for terrorism, a clear message that's coming in after the CCS meet. The top officials who met at Prime Minister Modi's residence, the Prime Minister leading the meet, have decided that they're going to swear all ties with Pakistan with immediate effect. In fact, diplomatic relationship has been downgraded, a clear message, a statement rather, that's being sent out that India has no more any equation with Pakistan. They've downgraded their relationship, their diplomatic ties, which hardly was. At this point, India staying stern that whatever is in terms of any relationship with Pakistan that they have in terms of the officers placed in Islamabad will now be immediately downgraded. Barely 30 officers will function, and Pakistanis who are currently in India will have 24 hours to leave the country. Those visas that were issued will be cancelled. No more visas will be issued to Pakistan nationals henceforth until the government, of course, decides. We know Pahalgam attacks has killed 28 people. Of course, this is certainly the first time that we've seen a direct attack on innocent tourists. The Pakistan's LET offshoot has carried out this massacre in broad daylight where people were asked of their religion and gunned down. India taking a strong stance. We heard the Defence Minister himself, Rajnath Singh, a little earlier today, speaking on how India is going to fire back loud. Of course, we're waiting to see what exactly will be India's response. We know what has happened with the surgical strikes that happened. We know what has happened in the recent past itself with India's response attacking Pakistan's bases. Of course, the protest that now escalates puts a lot more pressure on the Indian government to strike back. How they do it, that's something that we've got to wait and watch. But here's a clear message coming in from the Indian side with the CCS meet that's just concluded. I'm going to play that out for you yet again, or not. What exactly we had the Chief Secretary who spoke. His exact words were diplomatic ties with Pakistan will be immediately downgraded. There will no more be visas issued to people of Pakistan. Pakistan nationals who may be right now in India will have 24 hours to leave the country. Apart from that, any projects that's currently ongoing in terms of infrastructure ties will be cancelled with immediate effect. There will be a freeze on it. All diplomatic ties with Pakistan has been downgraded. We're going to take you through a little more on this, exactly what was said. And while I prepare that reaction for you yet again to play that out, I'm going to bring in my colleague Kabir, who brings us a little more on what the CCS meet has said. Kabir, please go on. All diplomatic ties with immediate effect ends with Pakistan.
Absolutely. I mean, calling this a downgradation of our diplomatic ties is, I think, an understatement. It's pretty much collapsed. If I could again take the viewers through exactly what the Foreign Secretary had to say, who was also, by the way, part of that Cabinet Committee on Security. You had the Foreign Secretary, you also had the Cabinet Secretary, and you also had the Defence Secretary. All the three top secretaries were part of that CCS meet. They said the cross-border linkages were absolutely brought out in that CCS meet as the review of the Pahalgam carnage was being spoken about. In the wake of the successful elections, that's something that the CCS spoke about, that this attack has happened in the wake of successful elections in Jammu and Kashmir, the economic growth, the development. We were all talking about the G20 tourism summit that was carried out in Jammu and Kashmir with delegations from 80 plus countries, and never did they think about something like this that was going to happen over there. So the CCS was briefed, and 4 important points that have come about. You were earlier touching upon them, Nabila, as well. I'm going to quickly race the viewers past those points. Number 1 is the abeyance of the Indus Water Treaty. That has been held in abeyance completely, is what we're learning. And at this point in time, the second number the most important point is the integrated check post at Attari, where you see all those, defense marches that take place over there. You've got the beating retreats, some of them doing really well on social media and Instagram also. Those gates will now completely shut down. None of that is going to happen immediately with immediate effect. Those integrated border posts at Attari, they've been completely closed down. Anybody who's on the other side in Pakistan on special visas, Indians in Pakistan, they have time till the 1st of May, and they're going to have to come back to India through the same point of entry. So if somebody entered through Attari, they'll have to come back through Attari as well, so that their names
Kabir,
can be ticked off on that particular checkpoint.
Cut you short for the moment. I'm going to cut across to the CCS meet and what Vikram Misri said in as many words.
The Cabinet Committee on Security met this evening under the chairmanship of the Honorable Prime Minister. The CCS was briefed in detail on the terrorist attack on 22nd April 2025 in Pahalgam in Jammu and Kashmir, in which 25 Indians and 1 Nepali citizen were killed. A number of others sustained injuries. The CCS condemned the attack in the strongest terms and expressed its deepest condolences to the families of the victims and hoped for the early recovery of the injured. Strong expressions of support and solidarity have been received from many governments around the world, which have unequivocally condemned this terror attack. The CCS recorded its appreciation for such sentiments, which reflect zero tolerance for terrorism. In the briefing to the CCS, the cross-border linkages of the terrorist attack were brought out. It was noted that this attack came in the wake of the successful holding of the elections in the Union Territory and its steady progress towards economic growth and development. Recognizing the seriousness of this terrorist attack, the CCS decided upon the following measures. 1. The Indus Waters Treaty of 1960 will be held in abeyance with immediate effect until Pakistan credibly and irrevocably abjures its support for cross-border terrorism. 2. The integrated check post Attari will be closed with immediate effect. Those who have crossed over with valid endorsements may return through that route before 1 May 2025. 3. Pakistani nationals will not be permitted to travel to India under the SAARC Visa Exemption Scheme visas. Any SVES visas issued in the past to Pakistani nationals are deemed cancelled. Any Pakistani national currently in India under SVES visa has 48 hours to leave India. 4. The Defence, Military, Naval and Air Advisors in the Pakistani High Commission in New Delhi are declared persona non grata. They have a week to leave India. India will be withdrawing its own Defence, Navy and Air Advisors from the Indian High Commission in Islamabad. These posts in the respective High Commissions are deemed annulled. 5 support staff of the service advisors will also be withdrawn from both High Commissions. 5. The overall strength of the High Commissions will be brought down to 30 from the present 55 through further reductions to be effected by 1st May 2025. The CCS reviewed the overall security situation and directed all forces to maintain high vigil. It resolved that the perpetrators of this attack will be brought to justice and their sponsors held to account. As with the recent extradition of Tahawur Rana, India will be unrelenting in the pursuit of those who have committed acts of terror or conspired to make them possible. Thank you very much.